Good evening, I'm the Game Tutor, and tonight I'm going to be grading Axiom Verge on PC. And let's start by saying Axiom Verge is essentially a Metroid game, and it's a very good one at that. As a massive fan of the series, it pains that Nintendo have not released a proper 2D Metroid game in 11 years, and none of this Prime nonsense, but Axiom Verge really is the closest thing you're going to get. After an experiment of yours goes south, you wake up in a strange world called Sudra. It's a strange world not too dissimilar to the planet Zebes, and this doesn't seem to bother the game's protagonist Trace one little bit, but we'll overlook that. The game's plot is interesting and engaging, and it reminds me slightly of indie hit The Swapper. The game seems you travel across the world guarded by large mechanical creatures known as Rusulka. Now these beings are your eyes and ears and guide you across the planet. Now, without giving away too much and the many plot elements, these form a key part of Axiom Verge's plot. The game's emphasis on exploration, much like the Metroid games of old, draws you in as you want to push further and further into twists and caverns. One thing where the game does differ from the Metroid franchise is the emphasis on different guns, and each of the guns allows slightly different attacks that excel in different situations and against different enemies. Think the guns in Contra and you've got a pretty good idea of what to expect. Now there are other equipment to find that opens up new parts of the map, such as a laser drill that lets you drill through rock, opening up new paths and secrets, a grappling hook that has a striking resemblance to the one from Bionic Commando, and right about the time when you expect you're going to get the morph ball, you get access to a drone that you can let off and send into small spaces and eventually teleport to and swap spaces with. Now, one of the game's key standout features, however, is its glitch mechanic. Early in the game you acquire a gun called the Address Disruptor. This device can corrupt enemies and make them glitch out. This allows enemies to be converted into another form, which may change their attack patterns, let them give out health rather than shoot lasers at you, let you stand on them, or let them make bridges when they fire across the screen. This also allows you to access secret areas that contain some of the game's best weapons, but these secret areas change through every playthrough, and in the playthrough I did, I only managed to find 2 of them. The save system in the game works well. There are save points scattered across the land which you teleport back to if you die. Now what is helpful is that when you do teleport back, even though you restart, you don't actually lose any of the gear that you've gained since your last save point. And this helpful mechanic makes dying less painful, as it tends to happen quite a lot, as the difficulty of Axiom Verge is actually relatively harsh. Now the game isn't perfect. Some of the controls are a bit fiddly and don't always seem to work as expected, especially when it comes to some of the double tap teleport moves, and obviously forget playing this game with anything but a gamepad. Another small issue is some of the enemies seem a little odd and don't really fit in with the rest of the game. I'm thinking of these swirly flower things that particularly come to mind. The sound design, however, is fantastic, and the background music in each zone really helps set them apart from one another. All in all, the game took me about 15 hours to get through, and even then I'd only found 74% of items and it covered 95% of the map. Sod the tops of all the tool rooms. But what makes this amazing game even more remarkable is the fact that it's made by one man. Tom Happ has created Axiom Verge all alone, and this really stands as a testament to what is achievable. Axiom Verge is essentially the best Metroid game this century, and apart from the 2 standouts of the genre, Super Metroid and of course its Castlevania cousin Symphony of the Night, this really is one of the best out there, and I really cannot recommend it enough. Good night. Night night, Andy. Video, please like and subscribe. Remember to come and check us out at thegametutor.co.uk, where news, articles and videos are updated on a weekly basis. Also, please check us out on Twitter, Facebook and Dailymotion.